Welcome guys, episode 1 of Heath, Hounds, where we'll be doing weekly previews of either Sandown or Meadows Heat, or possibly maybe even like the Golden Easter egg or whatever the big races of that week is going. So like next week we'll probably do the launching pad final, and then the week after probably do the Easter eggs and then the Perth Galaxy and all that. But basically what it'll be is just me previewing a whole bunch of all the races at the meets, giving my best analysis of each race and who I think will win. This week we'll be doing the launching pad semi-final heats. We've also got a couple other the consolation heats as well. And I'll also be doing a segment called Heath Hound, where I just pick one dog from that week who I think impressed the most out of it. So as I said, this week we'll be starting off with episode 1 being about Sandown Launchpad semi-finals. First race, race 1 with the Warrigal to Sandown final. I think I'll go straight into the analysis or whatever you want to call it, tips, whatever. But first up I have Ember, second best time of the heats, experienced over the 500, fastest first split of the heats, and I just expect to lead early in rail with box 2 helping her out. The dog that I think will get this race and will win is Magoo. Slow out of the boxes, but really opens up in the middle stages of the race, and good run home with that open up in the middle stages. It really sets her up for a good run home, and she set some competitive times at the Meadows, and I just think from box 7 she'll be able to do it. I feel like she'll be able to jump out well and probably contest with Ember early, and then just open up during the middle stages and lead late and just take away the race. Box 2, race 2 should I say. We have the first of the 4 consolation heats. We have box 3, Aston Fastnet, just a quick starter. Trouble early in the heats last week in the launching pad, but it set a quick PB, and I expect to lead early in rail. And box 1 we have Fraction, a slow beginner, which helps Aston Fastnet lead early, but expect to come home hard and probably place. Another dog we have is Draft Nelly, who was in the launch pad heats. Only 3 starts to its career. It's quite early. Quick beginner and loves to rail. Showed that in a run last week where she kind of just jumped away and railed. It kind of hindered her race a bit because she clashed with a couple other dogs on the rail, but found trouble. And I think if she can keep clean, I think she's definitely worth probably the place. I mean, it's not a full field, so only pay probably 2 dividends. So I think probably, I reckon she'll probably be worth the place in that race, and I think Aston Fastnet, who will be the favourite, probably wins. Race 3, we have the second heat of the launching pad consolation. We have Lala Kiwi in it from box 7, Rhonda Lily from box 2, and Plan Ahead from box 8. Lala Kiwi, she's a strong type, she's experienced, and I expect to lead and hold on. I think she'll probably jump out early with Rhonda Lily. They'll probably battle it out going into that first turn, but I think Lala Kiwi probably has more of a drive and will probably lead and just hold on and be able to hold off any other dog that comes through. But in saying that, Rhonda Lily, a slow beginner, but has set some competitive times. was unlucky last week in the launching pad heats. Got crossed early by Thursday night. Shane dropped to the back, wasn't able to work herself back through the field. I think if she had a 600 form, she definitely would have, but she just doesn't have that 600 form, so she wasn't able to work herself back. But with box 2, slow beginning, I think she might get a cleaner run than last week. She had, I think, box 6 or something, where, no, she had box 5, sorry, and Thursday night was box 6, and it just hindered her race. She wasn't able to come back, and it was a bit unlucky, so I think she will contest Lala Kiwi late, but like I said, I think Lala Kiwi, just with her type and experience and being a strong dog, I think she'll just be able to hold off any dog that comes near her. Another dog we have who I think will also be up there is Plan Ahead, and it might do what Thursday night did to Rhonda Lily. I think it will definitely rail and head for that rail as soon as it jumps. I think it might just find a bit of trouble with like box 3 or 4. I think she might, just with that strong railing type, you never know. Yeah, with a dog like that, you really need them to just get out early and rail so I think she'll definitely place, but being 4th and just worthy of the place. I don't think she will get up there. I think she'll find trouble early, but like we saw a couple runs ago, she is able to work herself back through the race, so I definitely think the place is worth it. Heat 3, race 4, Heat 3 of the Constellation. We have first reserve Mapunga Reject in box 1. Expect to jump away early, jump away and rail, hold the line, and just think that she will get away early and take the lead, but watch out for Keep It Blue, because a couple of weeks back these two were in the same boxes, everything, and Mapunga Reject got out and just led, and Keep It Blue just didn't have enough pace to come back. But I think with this rematch, if Keep It Blue can get any decent of a start, or even just if it can get a similar start to Reject, I just think he'll probably have the speed at the end to get over Reject and take the lead. But I think I'll go with Keep It Blue this time. I think Keep It Blue will get over Mapunga Reject, so I think Keep It Blue will get that one. I think Mapunga Reject will come second. I think it'll be a battle to the end, and I think it'll only be separated by about within 2 lengths. It shouldn't be any more than that, unless one of them finds trouble, but one of those two will win, and I'm leaning towards Keep It Blue, because I think he'll just have that late pace to just come in and swoop Reject. And here we go, race 5, first of the launching pad heats. We have Hadouken, Suntory Rose, Ricket and Rick, and Mapunga Warrior. Ricket and Rick box 4, Suntory Rose box 1, Hadouken box 7, and Mapunga Warrior box 3. Hadouken jumped away barely, had box 1, which definitely helped him in his win last week in the heats, but just held a good line and was able to hold off whatever came to him. But I think it might be different this week with box 7. I think those dogs in the earlier boxes will get away cleaner. Suntory Rose, last week she had a good jump, sort of, found a bit of trouble early, but that 600 metre form, it really comes in handy in races like this, where if your dog finds trouble, it can, with that 600 metre form, it has the capability to really work itself back into the race and get it up into those placing positions which you needed last week, with only the first 4 going through. I think she will definitely maybe she'll be top 4 for sure. I think even if she doesn't jump that well, she'll come through the field with that 600 metre form. She was quite impressive on her first 600 metre race, but since then has been unlucky, and I think she will definitely place. Next up we have Rickett and Rick from box 4. Pretty well, jumped pretty well and was just able to open up the race in the later stages. Inside boxes, slow jumpers, you know, Mapunga Warrior, Suntory Rose, they're not too big on jumping quickly, so I think that Rick and Rick will definitely get out early and rail. Yeah, I just think she'll be the one to lead majority of the race, and I think if she's not going to win, it'll be a dog that will come home hard. And this leads me on to my next dog, who I think will probably win this race. Mapunga Warrior. It was a good run, found trouble early, but once again with that 600 metre form, just able to work himself back into the race, and a clean run, he should be up there and should be able to come home late, dive home, and probably get Rickett and Rick. So I think he'll have the late speed, but Rickett and Rick will have the early speed. So I just think Mapunga Warrior will get over Rickett and Rick, and yeah, that's my thing for race Heat 1. On to Heat 2. Wow, what a race this is. We have the fastest one out of the boxes, Gypsy Yankee, who held off she jumped away impressively. You know, I don't think many people really expected that. All eyes were on Silver Lake in that race, and just fast first split, held off Silver Lake at the end. I expected lead early with that quick jump. I think she'll carry that on. I think he'll carry that on this week. Next up we have Aston Ruby from box 4. Out of the boxes quite well, but had an awkward sort of run into the first corner turn, ran wide in the first turn during because of the awkward drive, and just didn't have enough pace. Was second to a pretty good dog and a pretty good run, who was Kuro Kismat. It was the fastest run of the heats, and you know, it would have been hard for just about any dog, even if it was a Shimmer Shine or something. I think it would have been hard for any dog, like anyone, to chase down Kuro Kismat, and came second with a good run from a good came through the field in the middle stages, and was just not able to close on Kuro Kismat. But a dog I think who will win this race, and it's Real Reward from box 1. Out of the boxes fast last week in his heat, led early, rail, did all those things that you need to do to be a winner, and was just able to have a very good run home. That 600 metre form, just turned for home and just smashed it. Just with that 600 form, like I keep on saying, with dogs who like with 600 metre form, it really sits comfortable, because even if your dog doesn't get away, you still know that they've got the capabilities to come drive through the field. If she can get out on lead through the middle stages, I don't think anyone's catching her. She's just so good with that 600 metre form, and I think Real Reward gets it from box 1. Even though Aston Ruby will probably be the favourite, I think Real Reward gets it. Heat 3. We have Kuro Kismat in this one. Impressive past 3 runs at Sandown. 2 of those were races. One of them was a trial. That trial was pretty good. Silver Lake being scratched, I don't think many people would be able to contest this race. And Kuro Kismet just controls this race, and with that inside box draw, I think that really helps. But if there's anyone who will contest it, it will be Shimmer Classic. Australian Cup finalist, impressive in the heats from box 8, jumped away early, railed a bit harder, and but should get good drive through off his jump. If he can stay clean, I think he will be able to contest, and it'll be an interesting battle. But if he doesn't get away perfectly, I think Kuro Kismet just runs away with this. There's almost no dog catching him if he can get the perfect run again. But Keep It Black is another dog to watch out for in this race. Strong runner with Shimmer Classic on box 7, who isn't typically a wide runner. He likes to sort of keep a line. It might just force Keep It Black to keep his line as well, and I don't think Keep It Black will find trouble if Shimmer Classic can get out early. So I think it'll definitely be worth the placing. Heat 4, we have Aston Lavinia, jumped out fast and was okay, did the best to hold out her the answers in the later stages. I expected to place, probably worth the place. Fernando Mick had a bit of luck, good drive from box 7, really opened up the race in the middle stages. Stuart Lee Rose jumped well, needed to cross from the inside box, but provide a good place, good dive and good run home will provide a place, and I think he'll be probably the best. He'll be probably the best bet for the placings. I think he'll be a decent value, and I think he will definitely place. Another dog you can't not look away from is Destruction from box 2. He should hold his line. Expect to push Stuart Lee Rose in the first turn wide, but I think he might just find a bit of trouble early, and I think it might not suit him. Race 9, we have the Stayers race. So we have Run Like Jess in box 3, Star Blazer box 2, Hate the Hustler from box 4. Run Like Jess, impressive start to the year, been in multiple group stay-in races, and good PB last week. Expect to fight the lead with Star Blazer early. Star Blazer last week, sort of a rematch because they were in the same field last week over the same distance, both set their PBs. I think Star Blazer was definitely best of the field, besides obviously Run Like Jess. I think he was the best of the field. What definitely was good for the placings, I think paid $3 something for the placings. Would have closed the run on Run Like Jess, but obviously Run Like Jess with box 1 and he had box 5. It was just about impossible for anyone to beat Run Like Jess when she kind of rail like that. So I think if he can get out early and hold that rail, I think him and Run Like Jess will have a pretty intense battle, and definitely be worth putting on for the win. If he can get out early, I think he's been one of those dogs going under the radar. I think he's definitely been quite consistent over the 600 and longer distance races, so I think he'll definitely get up. But Hank the Hustler, box 4, bad jump, did well to get back through the field, but expect him to place even if he doesn't jump so well. But if he does, I think he might just drop behind Star Blazer and Run Like Jess. I don't think he'll really have that late speed to close on Star Blazer or Run Like Jess. Race 10, we have the Talbot Long May We Play, Hilltop Jack in box 3, Omega Oringo in box 4, and Capture Bar in box 8. Hilltop Jack, slow beginner. He does have an inside draw, so he will have the rail no matter what happens. I sort of expect him to lead early, only because the other two dogs who I think will also try and lead early got outside boxes or outside. Like if Capture Bard or Amiga Ringa had one of those inside 3 boxes, I don't think Hilltop Jacks would be able to compete in those early stages. That leads me on to my next dog in this race, who is Amiga Ringo. slow beginner again, but winds up at the end and comes home fast. I expect this dog to place, being quite consistent in its previous runs, sort of suited more to the 460s and all that, but I definitely think he will place. And I think the dog that will win this race is Capture Bar. He gets away fairly, musters up a bit of pace into the first turn. Expect to lead before turn. If he leads before turning to home, he'll just run away with this race. He just turns for home quite well, and I think he'll get up on this one. Race 11, Quara Bale in box 2, Take in box 6, and Delphasan box 3. Quara Bale slow to get away, but with box 2 will definitely rail, and those middle stages set her up so well for that big run home that she has, and box 2 suits her, and I think if she gets away early, she can control the race from there, and about nobody will be able to catch her. I don't think anyone has that late speed to close in on her. Taken, the place will be worth it, but gets away quite slow. Should make up for a start in the later stages, but like I said, won't have enough pace to get up to Quara Bale, but I think will be worth the place. Delphasan, strong runner, gets away decently through the middle stages, but I think that's because he's so good at running home in those 460, 400 metre races, and I think he struggles a little bit to run out the full 500 races. For the last one of the night, race 12, Mahogany Jet in box 4, Flywheel Bella in box 1, and Assassinate in box 8. Mahogany Jet, I think, will place. He's slow beginner, needs a bit of luck early, but a strong finisher, and I definitely think he'll place. And who I think will win this race is Flywheel Bella. Impressive 29.40 over out fast last week at Sale to beat Party Lights, and if she kicks on late, she'll definitely be able to win this. I don't think Mahogany Jet will be able to beat her if she kicks on late, but you just can't go past her. Impressive 29.40 over the 520 at Sale last week. The only other dog I can see that might be contesting this race is Assassinate. The wide draw jumps out fast. I just don't think he will be able to beat Flywheel Bella. I think Flywheel Bella will just be too good for the rest, and I think Assassinate will definitely place. Onto the segment Heath, Hounds. This will be a segment I do every week. I'll just pick out a dog who I think is impressive or will look good in the future, and that dog was on the bit, Matthew Lanigan trained pup. Orson Allen was the sire, an impressive 25 second over the 450 at Ballarat, only 410s off the track record, and another 25 one in the wet this week. Good start to his career, looks good. Watch out in the future for this one, because I definitely think he'll be a group finalist in the future, and I think you just got to put him in your black book for now. I don't think he'll be going anywhere, and I think he'll definitely be contesting in those group races. Give him 6 to 5 months, especially when the Phoenix at the Meadows, the Melbourne Cup. I think he will definitely be up there, and he just looks so good early on, and I think if he can carry this on through his career, he'll just continue to impress. So that's my Heath Hound of the week. That also wraps it up for episode 1 for my previews. This should be a weekly thing. It'll be either, if there's no big races on, it will be either the Meadows or Sandown. If it's the Meadows, it'll be, my videos will be out later in the week due to field being released. So that wraps up episode 1. Yeah, have a good one and see you all soon on episode 2.